Hi Sagittarius, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your August 2019 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Sagittarius Rising signs. So Sag, for this reading I'm using the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot deck. I also will be putting down a second layer with the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck. I will be pulling you an additional guidance card. For that I will be using the Blessed Bee Oracle deck. I'm also going to pull you a Whispers of Love Oracle and then an Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle card as well, focusing on health and well-being. All right, so lots of insight here for the month of August for you guys. What does Sagittarius need to know for the month of August 2019? Upcoming future messages for Sag. Let's see, Sag. Okay, Sag, that's interesting. All right, so the overall energy for you guys for the month of August is we actually have the Queen of Cups, which is more of an emotional energy, someone who listens to her heart, someone who follows her heart, who listens to her intuition when making important decisions. So some of you are going to be a little bit more emotional here in the month of August. Let's see. Underneath this Queen of Cups, okay, so underneath this Queen of Cups, I have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups, Six of Cups. So there could be some good news or closure that's coming in for you. Maybe some of you Sages were waiting on some sort of closure to come in, waiting on maybe even hearing from someone from your past. This is a lot of emotional energy. It's all cups here. And so, you know, that can explain why we have the Queen of Cups as the overall energy, Sag. You're definitely dealing with like emotional matters, matters of the heart here. So for some of you, this is relationship stuff here that's going on in August. Now, right at the center, I do have the Star crossed by the Queen of Wands. So that's interesting. I could be reading for some Sag females that maybe you're dealing with another woman, because we do have two queens here. So some of you are maybe dealing with two women. But the Star is a very hopeful, optimistic energy. For some of you, this is a confirmation that you're actually on the right path here. You're making the right moves. You're going in the right direction. What's interesting is we have the Queen of Wands here in the challenge position, and we see the overall energy is the Queen of Cups, which is more of an emotional energy. And here we have the Queen of Wands, which is a more fiery, passionate energy. Someone who's motivated, someone who has a lot of energy, someone who's inspired. So maybe right at the start of the month for some of you Sag, females in particular, but really any Sag, this could be what's needed is for you to feel motivated here or inspired to take some sort of action. So very, very interesting. And then here at your foundation, I do have the Ace of Wands. So some of you Sages prior, we have this new adventure, this exciting new beginning. This was you walking down a new path. This was the possibility of something new here, something exciting. For some of you, something you're passionate about. Now, some of you could be moving down this new path. You could be in the process of manifesting this, Sag. And with the star here, this is confirming that you're on the right path. You're going in the right direction. What's needed here right at the start of the month is you actually to feel inspired and have hope and stay positive here right at the start of the month. For some of you, I feel like this is a process. Now, in the recent past, we do have the Nine of Cups. So maybe some of you had this wish come true. You know, you had a lot to be thankful for here in the recent past. You have this opportunity, this possibility that came in. Yeah, and for some of you, honestly, I think you're feeling really good here. You're feeling really good. I'm just seeing what else I'm getting here. Yeah, some of you are feeling really good, and, you know, maybe you went through a difficult time, because crowning you is the Ten of Swords. But this is crowning you. So this is something you've already dealt with. You're closing the door on this. This was a tough time, a difficult cycle. Could have been betrayal or just a tough time that's completing. And with this crowning you, this is you aware. This is you aware that the worst is behind you. I think you're optimistically looking forward here. Some of you, this is a healing energy with the star. Now, literally for a handful of Sages, you or someone close to you might need to have surgery. Here around the second week, you might be making a decision about that. And if I remember correctly, Sag, this is something that either came up for you in the last monthly, so for the July monthly, or in one of the weekly videos that I do. So I know I've said that recently for you, Sag. And so, yeah, some of you maybe have to make a decision here around the second week in regards to a surgery, or maybe you're helping someone make a decision. This could also be someone close to you. But Two of Swords here is someone who is feeling a little stuck. They're not sure. This can be someone who's procrastinating. So I could even be reading for some Sages that you're maybe a little nervous. Maybe you have to have surgery. You might be putting it off. Feeling more emotional here with this Queen of Cups energy. So yeah, make sure that you're going within. Make sure that you're listening to your intuition here at this time. If you're a Sag that is waiting on a decision, waiting on some sort of news to come in, it could be happening here second, third week, because in the position of your power, I have the Eight of Wands. And so this is news coming in suddenly. This is a sudden shift in the energy. For me, the Eight of Wands is a very positive shift. It's a change in the energy. Things are looking up. So if you are waiting on a decision, feeling kind of stuck, we see around the third week the energy shifting. There could be even a lot of messages going back and forth here at this time. And in the position of how others are viewing you here at this time, Sag, we have the Queen of Swords, or excuse me, not the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. So very interesting Ace of Swords card. It's a beautiful card. So this represents victory. This represents victory. Victory after overcoming some obstacles. Yeah, victory after dealing with some challenges. It's triumph over adversity for me. And so, yeah, some of you are coming out successful here at this time. And this is around the second, third week. We have this shift in the energy. We have this success, this victory. And for other Sages, it will be some sort of clarity or truth that's coming in. Some very significant communication for some of you here at this time. News, messages coming in that are very, very important. And again, literally for a handful of you, this might have to do with a surgery. Maybe some of you even have to travel for that. Travel could be important at this time. In the hopes and fears, I have justice. And so for some of you, this is what you want. You might have like a legal matter that's ongoing here, and maybe you're waiting on like a legal resolution, a victory when it comes to maybe like a legal battle, something like that that's been ongoing. And so it could happen here around this time, around the 3rd week. This is you wanting that fairness, that equality. For some of you, maybe things to feel a little bit more balanced here at this time. And then energy that you're leaving the month of August with going into September, we have Temperance. Very nice. And so we have the star here, Sag. We have the star here right at the center. This is what we're starting out with. And then we're closing the month with Temperance. And so for me, this is a lot of divine, beautiful, spiritual energy here. This is you very much being spiritually guided. You're on the right path here, right at the start of the month. Yeah, some of you are very much being spiritually guided. And so very much needing to listen to your intuition here. Also, what I'm getting is needing to stay open-minded. Yeah, needing to stay open-minded. Here at this time around the 2nd, 3rd week. Some of you might even need to make some decisions here fairly quickly for some of you. Temperance also speaks about balance. So I feel like it's balance here at this time is very, very important. We have justice and temperance back to back. And so if something felt out of balance, that could be mentally, emotionally, or just something that you were dealing with in your life. If something hasn't been in balance here towards the end of the month, you're definitely going to feel more balanced. And also Temperance is a powerful healing energy. So I definitely see recovery for some of you Sagittarius here. So if you are having surgery or someone close to you is having surgery, we see recovery here. This could also be you going with the flow or you taking your time with something. Let's go ahead and put down the 2nd layer here, Sag. What else does Sag need to know for the month of August 2019? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. August 2019, Sagittarius. Interesting, Sag. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow, Sag. Okay. So here at the bottom of this deck, we have the King of Swords. So some of you, maybe an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra person is significant. King of Swords can also be your attorney, especially those of you that have like a legal matter that's ongoing. Okay, we have the 6 of Cups underneath this King of Swords. Ace of Pentacles, so closure. For those of you that have a legal matter that's ongoing, this is closure coming in, maybe lump sum of money, a settlement for some of you. Yeah, so a legal battle could be coming to a close. What's interesting is we have some repeat cards here, Sag. So we have the 10 of Swords, if I can get it. 10 of Swords crossed by Judgment. So yeah, some of you, this is definitely a legal matter. 10 of Swords now twice. So this is a tough cycle that's completing. Yeah, some of you are healing. Some of you are coming out of a tough time, a tough cycle. And maybe something has affected you emotionally here, definitely. For some of you, this is your emotions, maybe balancing here, you recovering emotionally, you healing. With judgment, judgment for me is another card that speaks about healing. Some of you are absolutely coming out of a tough time. This is you rising up from this challenging time. And if you are a Sag that you're waiting on a decision, waiting here at the start of the month, for some of you, I see a wait here. I see a wait. And so, especially those of you that this is like a legal matter, that decision, for many of you, which it will be different for all of you because it's just a general reading, but for some of you that decision is going to be around the 3rd week here. So if you are a Sag that you have a legal matter that you're waiting to be basically resolved here right at the start of the month, you might see a little bit of a delay with this, but with that being said, it could be happening here around the 3rd week. So that's really good. At your foundation, we have that Ace of Wands with the 6 of Pentacles. So for some of you, this was you receiving an opportunity or some sort of help that came through for you prior. And then in the recent past, we have the 9 of Cups with the 10 of Cups here. Wow, your cups runneth over here. This is some emotional abundance. Could have been a wish come true for you and your family in the recent past. Something very positive, something that affected you and the family or you and your relationship. Very nice, Sag. So maybe I'm reading for some Sages that maybe there was some relationship difficulties, but this is you like mending a relationship here. You went through a tough cycle, but this is you basically mending the relationship, working through difficulties. And you just might be a little bit more emotional here. That can explain why we have this Queen of Cups as the overall energy, because matters of the heart, more emotional matters here are significant for you. So maybe, you know, you and a loved one are working on a relationship here. You might be in a relationship with this King of Swords. And then crowning you, we have Temperance. So now we have Temperance twice. Very nice. Very, very nice. And so, yeah, you're aware. We have the 10 of Swords here, Sag, with Temperance. You're aware, you know that, you know, you're coming out of this 10 of Swords energy. You know that you're closing the door on this. Also, if a relationship is mending, this is you basically working together. You finding the right balance, the right combination, basically. Maybe some of you even intuitively knowing exactly what it is that you need to do here at this time to work on a relationship, to work with someone here at this time, to overcome obstacles. Around the 2nd week, we have that 2 of Swords with the Page of Swords. So again, I mentioned maybe delays. So don't get discouraged, especially for those of you that you have a legal matter. For some of you, this could be something with a child that's significant. You might need to make a decision about a child here at this time. And I mentioned maybe some of you or someone close to you might have to have surgery, or there is a decision that is needed here at this time. You could be procrastinating. It could be because of fear. So just keep that in mind. Here around the 3rd week, position of your power, 8 of Wands with the King of Pentacles. So maybe dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But this is a more grounded energy. For you male Sages, I mean, you could be coming up more grounded here at this time. Maybe more focused on your career. If you're older, if you're retired, something like that, more focused on the home, more focused on family matters, also property assets, things like that. bank accounts. Here in the position of how others are viewing you, we have that Ace of Swords and we have the High Priestess. So this can be clarity coming in. Clarity coming in, news coming in. Maybe a secret is revealed. You could be finding something out here at this time. Some of you could be hearing from a water sign person. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. For me, High Priestess is very much Piscean energy. So some of you may be dealing with a Pisces. Or a woman here at this time. Some of you could be dealing with a High Priestess, a very spiritual woman. And then in the hopes and fears, we do have Justice with the Eight of Swords. So I think that you're fearing some sort of injustice, fearing maybe something doesn't go in your favor, but it's just a fear. We have justice here, so justice will be served. So stay out of your head, try to stay positive. What's needed for some of you here in August is maybe balancing those thoughts, especially if you're in your head too much and really fearing the worst. Stay out of your head, try to stay positive. And then energy that you're leaving August with, we have Temperance, and then we have Death. So there is, for some of you, an ending. If that's the case, it's just making that space for something new to come in, or you're experiencing great change, transformation here at this time. Very powerful energy. This could be some Sagittarius weighing your options here at this time when it comes to this, when it comes to an ending. You could be going through a great change. You could be transforming in some way, Sag. What I'm getting for some of you very strongly here is recovery. You have a lot of spiritual, and then you also have a lot of healing energies here. So some of you are recovering. For some of you, Sagittarius, a relationship is healing, or you're mending a relationship. If not a romantic relationship, it can be a family relationship. It can be a friendship. Other Sagittarius, you know, maybe you or a loved one is having surgery. We're getting recovery here so strongly, Sag. And if you have to make a decision, don't allow fear to get the best of you. Try to stay out of your head. Try to stay positive. Let's pull you an overall additional guidance card, Sagittarius, for August 2019. What else does Sag need to know? Please show me additional guidance for Sag. Wow, okay. All right, so focusing on love life, Sagittarius, August 2019. What else does Sag need to know? Okay. All right. And then focusing on health and well-being, which some of you are very focused on your well-being here in August. You could even be like slowly kind of easing back into something. Finding the right flow here for some of you. What else does Sag need to know for August? Focusing on health and well-being. Okay. All right, so the overall additional guidance card, Sag, here for August is a blessing for a fresh start. Very nice. Now, for some of you, this is on the relationship front, because I do see some of you mending a relationship. Others, this could be for you and your family. I mean, we have this 9 of Cups, this 10 of Cups here in the recent past. So this is a fresh start for you and your family. This is beautiful. And you know what? With Judgment, it could even be a second chance. A second chance that's coming in for some of you. And then looking at love life, we have speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change someone's life, including your own. Yeah, so with this combination, Yeah, and Judgment. For some of you, this is a relationship that's healing here in August. Now, maybe some of you Sages, especially with this Queen of Cups energy, needing to speak from the heart, needing to be caring, understanding. Your words are going to be very important here for some of you. That's those of you that are coming back together with someone. That's those of you that are already coupled. That's those of you that, this is, you know, even with loved ones, family members, friends. And then focusing on health and well-being, we have diet is important here. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to make positive eating and drinking choices and for reducing or eliminating my cravings for unhealthful substances. Interesting. So pay attention to your diet, especially if you're a Sag that's having surgery. Pay attention to what you're eating, what you're drinking. That's important. If you're lacking energy, you know, your solution here could be actually what it is that you're eating. Maybe you need to eat better foods, or some of you, maybe you need to drink more water. What it is that you're consuming is important here. So if you've been having issues, definitely look at that, Sag, okay? So I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you are interested in having a private reading, please check out northeasttarot.com. Over on Vimeo, I do have the Love Tarot forecast for the month of August. If you do need more insight into love and relationship matters for the month of August, that link is below. Please go and check that out. All right, Sag, have a great month.